Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 7 of the 2018 NRSL Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series. We're here at Texas, 101 laps of racing, and guys, guess what? New configuration, wider track. Take a look at this new front straightaway. It's a view from pit lane 2. It's going to be interesting. Turns 3 and 4 pretty much still the same. Turns 1 and 2, less banking, wider surface. It'll be interesting to see what kind of racing we get from today. But Seth Cole, the man, the most dominant driver so far without a win, starts on the pole today. Shown speed at Vegas. He showed speed last week at Martinsville. He started on the pole. 2 straight poles for this 42 team. We might finally get to see some speed. We'll see if they have the long-term speed. Last week, we had our second rookie winner. That was the 34, Quentin Moore. He's got sponsorship this week from City Financial. Let's go through the starting top 10. Seth Cole is on the pole. Philip Parker starts second. The Red Bull Audis, this is probably their best starting spots yet all season. We're on race 7. Tringali starts third. Nate Rogers is going to start fourth. 2 rookies in row 3. We've got Cole Deaver and last week's winner Quentin Moore, as we said, driving for City Financial now, has come on board. Another rookie starting in the top 10, TJ Hanley starts 7th with Aces Trucks champ Philip Goldberg starting in 8th. And in row number 5 is Kev Shearer and James Shelley. Now coming into the race today, we have a new points leader. That is Johnny Gardner, who now has a 10-point lead over Deanna Jones. Seth Cole 3rd in points, 12 back. Dylan Young 4th, and Austin Alves is 5th in points. Let's go trackside for the command to fire up these engines. And the command has been given as these cars will pull off of pit road. Making some contact. Hopefully they're not going to wreck here. As we look at current point standings and who has a win, Quentin Moore jumped from 36th to 22nd in points with his win last week. Fitzwater Sr. currently sits 18th in points. And the remaining winners are top 10. Osborne jumped back into the top 10 as well as Andrew Rich. But your most dominant drivers who only have 1 win, Gardner and Deanna Jones. So could we see those drivers get a chance at a second win here today? We know they are speedway dominant. Gardner starts a little ways in the back on the high line. It's going to be a lot of work for him. And Deanna Jones, a couple rows further ahead, but still on the outside lane. Defending champ Caleb Hoffman starts to the inside of Deanna Jones. Now, speedways this season we have seen have been clean for the most part. Atlanta was caution-free. Vegas had 1 yellow. Chicago went caution-free, though that was technically a mile racetrack. And Auto Club was technically caution-free except for a debris caution. So could we be in for another caution-free event here today at Texas? Well, we're about to find out as the green flag has flown. As you can see, the difference now for turns 1 and 2, how much different they appear. This is a 101 lap race, 13 laps shorter than we had at Atlanta. And this is technically the 2nd mile-and-a-half track race on the season. So Seth Cole will lead lap 1. Tringali is out behind him in 2nd place. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of how that high line works here. Oh, Parker is getting a bit of a run off of turn number 2, so it looks like turn 2 will be highline dominant. But let's see as they go into turn 3. Does Hanley have the speed to carry himself by the 6? And right there at the end of the corner, the high line has to check up just a bit, and that is where the low line carries its momentum by. So we'll see great battles in 1 and 2. But it looks like through almost all the way through 3 and 4, the high line is right there. But right when they get to the exit, they have to check up, at least on fresh tires. It could be interesting to see during the run if the high line becomes stronger or not. See, right there is where they have to check up. And that allows the inside line to get by. But as we look, Philip Parker slowly falling back. The rest of this pack is kind of dialed up single file. You can see Nate Rogers here started 4th. He's down to 7th place right now, battling for that spot with Parker. Last week's winner, Quentin Moore, continuing his success. He is currently in 6th place. Goldberg showed some speed finally last week. He's in 5th. Hanley 4th, Deaver 3rd, Tringali 2nd, and Seth Cole 1st. So 2 rookies in the top 5 right now. Austin Alves is in 9th place, with Kev Shearer in 10th place. And it appears that Cole is, well, he's not driving away quite yet, but it looks like there's going to be a battle for 4th place as Hanley, Goldberg really drove it down there to get there, was inside. Let's see if he can make the pass off the corner, and a little equaler that time. But the quad oval's got turns in it too, so, you know, it's tough. But we're seeing them drop down the speeds of about 160 in the corner. Quentin Moore also gets by. That'll propel him up to 5th. And here it is. Parker has finally fallen in line in 8th. Austin Alves 9th, with James Qualls in 10th place, as Alves is now going to go for 8th place on his teammate Philip Parker. There it is again. There's that lift. But 6 laps in, looking like a pretty clean race. Let's take a look down the ticker. See, no one with any problems. Let's see if we can find the 29 of Deanna Jones and where she currently runs. She has actually made her way to the bottom, and she is gaining ground fast. She is up to 12th. I didn't even see her right here. Now it's the same true for the other Speedway master, Johnny Gardner. And it is not. He is falling. He is on the high line just inside the top 30. It looks like if he can get down, he's got to let Rowe get by him here, and he should be able to get down to the bottom. And he's going to be able to do it. Alex Ferranti was unable to get there. And now Gardner will remain on the high line, and now he's going to use the speed from that high line to cross over the 41 of Rowe and try and get back to 28th position. Ferranti has shown quite a lot of speed as of late, but it looks like today that speed is not with him. He had a great run last week at Martinsville, ended up finishing 2nd, I believe. As they are 3 wide behind them. That was Green, Sorlin, and Amato there. Now Dylan Young's the one on the bottom 3 wide. Now Young is up there in the top 5 in points, but this run right now is not helping his cause. And as we sit back here watching these guys in the back, Seth Cole continues to lead. Caleb Hoffman has found his way inside the top 10. Caleb Hoffman in the well, nope, not anymore. Deanna Jones has made the move. But speaking of Caleb Hoffman, your defending series champion has not had the best of luck this season, as he currently sits winless, 13th in points. Only 2 top 10s to show for the reigning champ, as Jones, Shelley, and it looks like probably Eli Bright will make a pass by him, and he will fall to 14th, 10 laps in. And there is Joshua Osborne. And there is the arguably best non-winning rookie, Matthew McIntyre. McIntyre has shown a lot of consistency so far over the season, currently sitting 6th in the point standings, the highest of any rookie. Osborne 9th, Hanley 11th. And right now the worst rookie has been 38 of Kev Shearer, though he has shown great speed. They have not been able to finish races the way they've wanted to, and he is currently now falling towards the outskirts of the top 20. Work our way up through the field. Nate Rogers now losing positions. Deanna Jones continuing to make her way up through the field after starting on the high line, so Jones could have something for Seth Cole. It remains to be seen. Austin Alves also showing speed. He's been moved up to 7th. Now Cole Deaver falling back as Quentin Moore has made his way up to 3rd. Looking at the lap times, pretty much all the same up here except TJ Hanley, who seems to really have a car. Now Deaver's going to get that high line run. Will it let him clear? Alves is actually going to move to the high side, and that's going to cost him. Deaver does get back down in front of the 47. But this is very unusual. You know, you would think with the experience the drivers had from last season that the veterans would be doing a lot better this season. However, it is not really the case. Now Hanley's going to get deeper to puncture up there, but he's not going to be able to get him because of the run. Now, looking at the point standings, there are only 3 rookie drivers outside the top 30 in points: Ferranti, Nunn, and Shearer. And in the same running of things, as I forgot that Eli Bright is 10th in points, you have 3 rookies in the top 10. Currently, you have 4 in, oh, actually no, counting more, you have 5 in the chase picture. So 5 of the 16 slots are currently occupied by rookies, so kind of surprising to see, as Philip Parker will make a charge here towards TJ Hanley. He can't quite get there. It looks like the tire was kicking into where you cannot dive it into turn 3 as much as you'd want to. And there's Bright. We talked about him 10th in points. Hanley 9th in points, running 6th. And Quentin Moore, who came off that win last week. It looks like him, Goldberg, and Deaver are trying to slowly catch up to the leaders. That's Tringali in 2nd and Seth Cole in the lead. Bass's lap time actually goes to the 18 car. And now he is making a move for 3rd. Goldberg, who won the Truck Series Championship last season, trying to get this 18 car some speed here. Goldberg did get a win here in the Cup Series last season at Bristol. Bristol not on the schedule, according to my memory. It might be, but I can't confirm that. But Bristol no longer on the schedule as far as my memory goes. But right now, we're going to focus on Texas on lap 17 here of 101. Goldberg and Deaver make their way by Moore, who's going to fall to 5th. Hanley will make the move to the bottom line, but you can see right there that the high line is already so much more powerful through these corners. As Deanna Jones trying to get by James Qualls, can't seem to make it work. She's going to get draft help from the 6 and the 37. She just might get by for 8th here. And she will. Eli Bright will move by for 9th. And Hoffman is going to get a big run. Wow, Qualls really got off a turn 4 bad there. So it looks like, while you can defend really well in 1 and 2, you do not want to be put to the high line in 3 and 4 because it is getting very tight for those guys up there. Nate Rogers has fallen all the way back to 15th. Al's currently also falling through the field. And Johnny Gardner, we talked about it, as soon as he got to the bottom, the Speedway Ace would show his speed, and he has made his way up to 22nd. Lap time's now about a second off fresh tires. Nobody out of this race yet. Kev Shearer, though, has fallen to 42nd. We talked about the 38 car. He was running up front earlier. He has faltered all the way back to last place. Zach Flickinger not doing so well. There's Fitzwater Sr. Dylan Young. Zach Rogers was in 40th at one point. He's now 32nd. There's your Daytona 500 winner, Andrew Rich. It looks like teammate John Nunn's going to help him set up to get by Rowe. Nunn, as we talked about, has not been having a great season. Currently running 23rd place today. They would probably consider that a good run considering they are in the bottom half of the standings. And there's Gardner again. Look, he's trying to get by Peter Sands. Sands' only real highlight this season so far has been the race finish at Auto Club, where he had the most freshest tires of everyone in the last 15 laps, went from 19th into the top 5. Gardner will take 21st place as TJ Hanley has started falling to the back of the field, and it looks like Caleb Hoffman is following him. So a lot of drivers that were in the top 10 are starting to falter. McIntyre's up to 10th, Osborne's up to 9th, Bright's up to 8th, and Deanna Jones is in 7th. So a lot of drivers who started outside the top 10 making their way into the top 10. Now Parker had fallen back farther than where he currently runs, and he has managed to get back up to 6th. But right now, Goldberg, Deaver, Moore, and all the other drivers are right on the tail of Nico Tringali as Seth Cole begins to pull away. A second and a half of fall off here, 24 laps in. These guys should be on a 2 or 3 stop strategy depending how long they can make gas work. Atlanta we saw was roughly 32 laps, so you would think probably the same for Texas. So it should be theoretically a 3 stop race. And we're going to see with this package how much fresh tires, how much pitting first versus pitting last out of a 2 to 4 stop groups are going to impact these cars. Seth Cole continues to lead. And now Philip Parker is going to lose 6th place to Deanna Jones. And Parker will start to falter. Matt McIntyre is going to go to the high line with him. I don't know if they really get much of a run. They get a little bit of a run, but it really doesn't help them. It's good to set yourself up if you're defending a spot and you're right behind someone. You're going to try and cross them over. Watch it. The field fly by here on the front straightaway. Let's go find Johnny Gardner right now. Gardner's up to 17th place. We talked about this. He's the Speedway king. 3 Speedway wins last season. 1 Speedway win already this season. And if he gets 2 more, he'll be in the top Speedway threshold. And that is what a lot of drivers don't want to see. Lucky for them, the chase is not comprised of a ton of Speedways. However, Homestead is the finale still. But if you want to be the champion, you got to know that you have beaten the best competition you have to offer. Gardner has shown over last season, despite not winning the championship, he is the top of the line competition, and it seems that Seth Cole and Deanna Jones are in the same category. Now, DJ Curtis got multiple wins last season. We have not seen him perform. Michael Amato has not performed. There are drivers out there with 2 wins who have not performed this season. But the guys with 3 wins, Gardner and Seth Cole have, and a driver with 1 win, Deanna Jones, has. And we've also had a total of 4 new winners: Rich, Osborne, Fitzwater, and Moore. So 2018 has not really gone off as I completely expected. But when we head to the Dodge Motordrome next week, another short track, followed up by Richmond and Talladega, we will most likely see people win that we don't expect to win. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. But after that, it's Kansas, Charlotte, Dover, Speedway tracks. This guy right here is going to be one of the drivers excelling at those tracks, along with Deanna Jones and Seth Cole. Jones has now made her way up to 4th place. And Seth Cole knows, man, she started in the back on the high line, and she's in the top 5 now. Goldberg still in 3rd, has not been able to close in the gap on Tringali. Seth Cole has been pulling away by inches every lap. And Seth Cole's coming down the pit road here on lap 31. Tringali will stay out. Nate Rogers is going to come down. Johnny Gardner is going to come down on the first stop. And that is very interesting because that will propel Gardner into the top 10. So Seth Cole leads 30 laps and then drops down pit road and allows Tringali to capture the lead. Jones is making a move for 2nd on Goldberg. And it looks like they're staying out because Tringali is coming down, so that'll be for the lead. Oh, and McIntyre made a move super late. I don't think he hit the commitment cone. He went around the commitment cone. And here's where you don't want to be because you're all the way in the back. I don't think that 95 hit that commitment line. I'm not really sure if he's going to get a penalty here or not. But Jones is going to do what she did at Atlanta, and she's going to be the last one to pit out of the top top 10 along with Philip Goldberg. Alex Gray, Brock, Nunn, Yepes, Rich, Curtis, Hanley, Zach Rogers. Ooh, Cody Hagen's coming in hot. He just gained about 3 spots doing that, though. Oh, and the 22 of Sam Van Osken has heavy front end damage. It looks like he's hit someone. Oh, and there's trouble on pit road. What the heck? Or in the 20 trying to get into their stall. So I want to see what the deal is with Matthew McIntyre, because we know he came in awkward, and it looks like he has received a 30-second penalty. So McIntyre gets a penalty for entering pit road around the commitment cone, and it's going to cost him big time because Deanna Jones is the one coming out right behind them from Group 3, and Oskin has retired from the race due to his hood damage. So we have no caution, but we just had someone retire. And Jones, you can see she pit late. That allowed a lot of cars to get by her, but I'm pretty sure she's still in the top 10. Here is Osborne Racing Eli Bright for position. I'm not sure for what position. I'm not sure if these guys were second group cars or not. Okay, they are this is 5th and 6th place right here. There's Tringali. He pit second group and he is in 4th, right behind Nate Rogers, who pit first group. And Gardner is trying to get by McIntyre, and it looks like Tony Green has an issue. Or he just got out of pit road. Tony Green just got out of pit road, and it's going to completely hold up Johnny Gardner, who had made his way up to second. And Seth Cole has a 3-second lead now because of it. And I bet Gardner is fuming at a Ford teammate right now. Not a team teammate, but a manufacturer teammate. As Audi is probably really happy right now. They've got 2 cars in the top 5. But Gardner got by Nate Rogers on pit road. Tringali's probably going to get back by him for pitting in the second group. But Seth Cole, who's the leader, is gone. As we see that McIntyre and Green have fallen laps down. Sanford appears to be the one that got the back end damage from the 22. So those must be the 2 that got contact there. Sorlin, Shearer, Emmanuel Hartnett, we saw had problems with Tony Green in pit road. They have all faltered to the back. But here's everyone else. Hanley, though, 30th place. But if anyone in the third group has something to say, this is where they're going to prove it, because we're going to go on long runs now. Everyone starts on equal tires. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Group 3 is going to be the best off on this long run here if they stay green. Andrew Rich was a Group 3 driver. He is in 14th. John Nunn is in 11th. And this is what the 9 team really wants to see. They really want a good run. As we said, Nunn sits 40th in points with no top 10s. He is one of 4 drivers, actually 5 drivers. Nunn is one of 5 drivers without a top 10 on the season, and he is in prime condition to maybe close up. James Shelley currently 10th. There's Deanna Jones, the top car out of the last group that pit. She is in 9th. Deaver 8th, Gray 7th. 6th is Bright, 5th Osborne. Nate Rogers, you can see the tire is already making him drop. He is down to 4th, or he is in 4th, and he's losing ground. As Gardner and Tringali are trying to work their way around the lap car of Matthew McIntyre, who was having a good run until he missed pit road. That's really going to cost that team in points. They were 6th coming in, and now they're going to get last place points. Now, while Seth Cole is by himself, he does not have draft. So while Gardner and Tringali run 2nd and 3rd, they have draft. They are catching the 42. But the big question will be is, when will the 84's tires kick in? Because he pit a lap later. Deanna Jones pit 2 laps later. She runs in 9th, 5.5 seconds back. But we are 41 laps in. We have 80 to go, or not 80, 60 to go, I'm sorry. And it is definitely going to be a 3-stop event. And McIntyre is going to cause problems for the 84 of Tringali. And these guys pit on the same sequence. So, there it is. Tringali had the lift. And this is going to greatly help Johnny Gardner, as a lap down car is going to pass Tringali. But will Tringali get... Oh, no, he cleared him. So Gardner's in second. Seth Cole is the leader, but he is losing that lead to the 32. The 42, the 32, the 29, the top three guys in points are going to be racing it out for this thing again. We will be back shortly. We're going to take a little step aside here, but another green flag race currently on the books here in the Mountain Dew For the Win Cup Series. We are back here at Texas. Now, McIntyre has been right on the bumper of Gardner for the last few laps. If he makes a move in 3, is it right there? Nope, no move made. And they have caught Seth Cole. 188, 190. That's the 2-mile-an-hour speed difference at the start-finish line. Gardner now just a second behind, gaining about 2/10 that lap. And Cole is going to be catching Sanford. It's actually going to be a while. Another 10 seconds to go. So McIntyre's still right behind Johnny Gardner. Now, Tringali is actually losing ground because the thing with McIntyre is he's a lap down. Now, he pit the same time with Tringali, but since he's a lap down, he kind of lost the lap, I guess, technically. So it's like he pit in the third group when he didn't. So he came out in front of Jones as if he was the third group leader. And that is why he's probably pulling away and probably even faster than Gardner right now. But Gardner's got the 42's bumper in his sights, and there's about another 13 laps to go on this run. Now Gardner hit the same time as the 42, so once the draft effect kicks in for Cole or the 95 gets by him, I don't think it's going to really be easy for him. Looking at the rest of the field, Nate Rogers has 3 cars with fresher tires on his bumper. And Cole Deaver's going to make the move for 5th on Alex Gray, who had basically come out of nowhere today. Now, Osborne and Bright have fallen to the bottom of the top 10. You look at the ticker here, there's about a second difference from them to the back of Shelley. Deaver's going to make a move to the inside of Rogers now. This is probably where we'll see that the Highline really doesn't have an advantage anymore in turn 2 because you're on 2-lap older tires. Now, Jones is keeping draft to the 83, so that will, keeping draft to the 31. So right off this corner here, and yep, there it is. Nate Rogers is going to fall right outside the top 5. So Deaver moves up the 4th. Jones is now up the 5th. And John Nunn actually just cracked the top 10. But Tringali cannot catch McIntyre because he's got a lap fresher tires. But now Gardner has caught the back of Seth Cole, who has pretty much led the entire race. We are past halfway, by the way, guys. Just completed lap 53. So now Gardner is up to the back of Seth Cole. He's going to make a move a little lower in the corner. Doesn't quite get there. But this is very interesting to see because we know that these two pit on the same lap. Oh, we've got times in the 28-second brackets now. Michael Amato with the fastest time of the race. Kev Shearer second on that list. And he was in the bottom 30. Yeah, he's still 35th. As you can see, Austin will get last place from his back-end contact, or front-to-back contact with the 03 of Sanford. But now this is what I was saying. Gardner's right there, but he can't get the right run. Actually, no, he got a huge run off of turn 2 there. And he's going to make the move for the lead here on lap 55. There it is, going into turn 3. Gardner had a chance to win Atlanta. It didn't happen because of Deanna Jones. He won Chicago. And he's pretty much had a chance to win almost every Speedway race. Vegas, I think he was kind of there. That was more Seth Cole, but. So Gardner's looking to be the first 2-time winner on the season. And now McIntyre is actually going to follow him by the race leader. So Seth Cole will fall to second. And Nico Tringali's right there in third, and he's been gaining too. So I would not be surprised if the 84 passes Seth Cole for second here in a few laps. But Deaver, Jones, and Gray, 4th to 6th, they are closing in. Surely but slowly. Gray was trying to make a move on Jones. Didn't really work there. Shelley in 7th. Nate Rogers 8th, but now he's got John Nunn, Hoffman, Rich. They're there in company. Philip Goldberg, who also pit on that sequence. Pretty much everybody else. I think it's from Brock up, among some others. But you can see Quentin Moore was having a good run. Now he's 22nd. Or actually 21st, because the John Arndt just dropped like 5 spots. But so Gardner is your race leader. He's got McIntyre behind him. Now the question will be, when will Seth Cole come to pit road? Because right now he's just losing time. We are probably about within 5 laps of the next pit sequence. It's very interesting to see that Gardner basically used the draft to save his tires, and he caught the 42. And McIntyre, who is in a way on 2 laps fresher tires, can't quite get to his bumper. And maybe that is where the skill versus the rookie comes into play. I'm now kind of running out of things to talk about. So Tringali, I thought Tringali would be catching Seth Cole, but apparently that is not the case. But Deaver, Jones, Gray, and Shelley are. Like, they are closing pretty quick. But it has not really played out the way I thought it would. See, Gardner now is starting to shred his tires a little bit here. McIntyre's there. But I don't think we're going to see the 4-second gap we saw at Atlanta between the 32 and the 29 be obliterated like we did here. Or, well, we won't see it like we did at Atlanta. I don't think it will happen. Basically already saw a 3-second lead get obliterated. So 62 laps complete. We're at under 40 to go now. Been about a half hour on this race. Seth Cole's still there. He's not really losing ground. He's actually kind of trying to gain some of it back, I think, but we're at that 2-second window now. And yep, here it goes. Here comes Gardner. Seth Cole will come in right behind them. So the 32 and the 42 come down yet again. Nate Rogers comes down yet again. We're just going to kind of sit here for now. We're going to see if anybody else pits first. Tringali gains the race lead from this. And it looks like no one else will pit. Now we'll see what does McIntyre do here, because he technically pit this time by. And like I thought, he's going to stay out. Tringali's actually going to stay out too, but Cole Deaver does not. And he's going to be the first of the cars to pit on Group 2. So Deaver comes down on the second round. So now Tringali's trying something different here, because he knows, well, I'm right there. I wasn't really gaining on him with a difference of a lap. So maybe if I give it a 2-lap difference, I'll have a better shot to hunt them down and get a win. But it looks like Tringali is still not going to pit. He's staying out another lap as McIntyre is going to come down. And maybe this is where the 2 to 3 stop window comes into play. Deanna Jones is going to come down, though. Charles Jackson, I can see his purple nose coming down pit road. is this because you can go about 33 to 35 laps? So is Tringali trying to make this his long run and go to the finish because we are at that window? Is he trying to give himself the longest run possible? He's still staying out. Gray's staying out with him. Shelley's going to come down. A lot of other guys are staying out too. Hoffman's coming in. Bright. Oh, what the hell is Philip Parker doing? That's a big-ass penalty. He was going through the grass super fast. That's ridiculous. That's definitely going to be holding them in forever. I'd probably see if they get held a lap. And Tringali will finally come into pit road this time by. Gray's coming in. Rich, none. Yep, here they are. Goldberg, Yepes, Brock, Amato's coming in. And there's Johnny Gardner. Seth Cole's right there in view. No sign of Cole Deaver. There he is. Pretty big gap there. Gardner's still making his way around. Up to 9th, this time at the line. There's Parker just coming out of pit road, and I'm betting. Oh yeah, wow, there's a lot of people a lap down. There's Austin Alves. Holy crap, there are people lapped from this. Wow, yeah, staying out a little too long there, I think, guys. I don't even see the 84. There's Hanley. And Gardner is officially the race leader yet again. Seth Cole second. So officially 37 on the lead lap, it appears. There's Seth Cole, though. Devers in third. Jones, Nate Rogers, that's your top 5. Jessica Shelton's up the 6th. Wow, she was running like just inside the top 20. Jackson, Shelley, Gray, Rich, Osborne, Hoffman. Where is the 84 of Nico Tringali? He is not on the racetrack. Tringali is stuck on pit road. Did something happen to him? Something must have happened to the 84 team while they were trying to get in their stall. What a heartbreak to their strategy plan. And this is definitely not a hold for entering pit road run. We saw him get down easy. We're going to do a rough kickback and see what exactly happened to Nico Tringali here. And there it is, he got pushed by his pit stall because of Austin Alves. He got pushed past his pit stall because there was a lap down car in the way, and then Parker sitting there on his penalty. And the 84 got towed because of it. What a heartbreak to their day. That took a contender in this race who was making a huge strategy call right out of this thing. Now, if I'm correct, the highest driver who made that call like he did is the 3 of Alex Gray. And what the hell is going on here? Did not mean to click the win. So Gray is in 8th place. Rich was on the same strategy in 9th, but I don't know if they were close enough up there. They are 8 seconds back. The 11's not helping. I would get the hell by the 11 here. And you can see, look at this. This is a 4/10 difference right there. Shelton pit so much later than the 6. Look, she's losing time from the 6 car. So Shelton must have pit on the 2nd cycle. But 2 female drivers in the top 10 right now because of Deanna Jones in 4th place. And she's already pulling away from Nate Rogers. Deaver can't get by McIntyre because he's actually up to speed a lap down. They are not catching Seth Cole, though, and Austin Alves just actually got by Johnny Gardner. Seth Cole is going to gain some time, and there's Tringali finally getting back on the racetrack. He is 6 now. I think he's 6 laps down. I'll tell you what, though, he is going to be so much faster than these guys. It's going to be scary because these guys are already 5/10 off. Look right here. Look at this. Nate Rogers is in 5th. What is going to happen here? Oh, it's kind of even. He wasn't up to speed yet. Now he is. Let's see what happens in turn 1. Oh my gosh, there's no contest. Oh man, that's awful for Tringali though. He should be on the lead lap right now battling for this thing, but he's 6 laps down because lap traffic got in the way on pit road. What a heartbreak for that team. I mean, Audi was in position to get 2 top 10s, and now they're only going to get 1. Maybe, because Rogers is so much slower. And wow, Gray and the others just blew by the 0-2. Gray is up to 7 seconds. I don't know if he can get there, though, in about 25 laps. I'm, like, really iffy on that. But Tringali's pulling away. He's gone. Yep. Remember, he is on fresh rubber by about 4 or 5 laps, maybe more on the leaders, because he stayed out so long. He's about 5/10 faster than these guys. Look at this. He's 3/10 faster than Deanna Jones right now. So Devers, technically, I guess, bump drafting. He's in about 2.5 seconds behind. Seth Cole's there. He's not gaining, but he's not losing ground either. I think Garner's got draft from the 16 car still. There's Sanford. I'm surprised this car is not falling a lap down. He is actually running similar lap times to the leader. He'd probably pit late, but that is just incredible. Andrew Rich with the fastest lap time now on today officially, so Andrew Rich gets your fastest lap award. Seth Cole is actually lost some ground that lap to the 32. So Gardner and Cole are battling it out for this win. Gardner's trying to get another 5 bonus points for the chase. Which, by the way, those bonus points carry now for every round. Devers still sits in 30. Cannot get by the 95, and it looks to be really holding him up. Seth Cole just gained the 2nd back on Gardner that lap, though. I think the 32 finally lost his draft help from the 16. Yeah, I would say so. Let's go on board a lap with the 84 Tringali because he just flew around Deanna Jones. Look at that lap. Look at how much gain he gained on Cole Deaver. 6/10. If only he was on the lead lap, he'd be Garner would be needing some new underwear. But man, look at this. Right to the bumper of the 31. And Deaver's gonna actually move from 3rd place. He's like, man, this lap car is so much quicker. Look, there it is. He lifted. Deanna Jones is catching in 4th place, though. Remember, the top 4 get more points than the 5th place down. 4th gets 2 more points than 5th. 3rd gets 3 more points than 4th. 2nd gets 2 more points than 3rd. And the winner gets 3 more points than 2nd. And if he leads the most laps and leads a lap, that's the possible 2 bonus points. So Jones is now really going to catch Cole Deaver. McIntyre has already been put out of the way. But here comes Tringali. And Seth Cole is there, though. We're going to have a battle for the lead, and I think Tringali's going to get in the way. And is he going to be like, just pretend I'm on the lead lap, guys, you know? With 6-lap pressure tires. Actually, I think it might even be like 9 laps now. He pit 4 laps later than the top 2. And then he got held 5 laps. So, Yeah, he's got about 10 lap fresher tires right now, and like that's ridiculous. Like, Jesus, he just gained 7/10 that lap. The corner speed is just ridiculous. So, one thing's for sure, Tringali is going to finish 5 laps down. And Seth Cole is right there on the back of Johnny Garner, so we're going to have a race for this win, it seems. But Tringali's right there. If I was Seth Cole, I'd let this 84 by on the straightaway. I don't know, he's not really getting by him right now. Seth Cole's going to block the crap out of the 84. He pushed them out of the way. Look at that. Yep. So Seth Cole gets pretty much moved. Oh, but Tringali might get help. Tringali might help Seth Cole here. He's right on the bumper, and he's going to push Gardner out of the way. Pushing someone out of the way off of 2 is not so bad, but right there, you have to lift so much on the high line. They were pretty much dead even at the start-finish line. You don't even see it come up on the ticker. If that was for the win, Seth Cole got Gardner by a nose. But he is going to pass the 32 now for the race lead. So Gardner falls with a tad amount of help from a lap car. But I mean, you can't blame him. He was right on his bumper pushing the crap out of him. So Tringali comes back up to 5 laps down. He's still going to finish 41st. But we are approaching 10 to go. And Jones is catching in 4th place. So I think Jones will get at best 3rd. And she is gaining a lot of ground actually. It's going to be close. But Alex Gray's the big man right here. Gray has basically done the same thing Tringali has done. He is in 5th place. He is gaining really fast. 2.78 last time by to 2.38 this time by. If he can just get by the traffic required, Alex Gray should get to the lead. There are 2 lap down cars on the way though, the 95 and the 6. Osborne seems to be on the same speed. Rich is, I know for a fact. I know Hoffman is. Hoffman with his best run so far this season, currently running 9th. I think his best run. Rich. Oh, and the bleeders pit. They can't make it on gas. Gardner and Seth Cole had to come down pit road. It's just like I thought. They stayed out so long because they knew if I can stretch it, I'm going to make it on gas. So Cole and Gardner just had to pit. Alex Gray should theoretically be able to go all the way. Cole Deaver's going to pit. And so is Deanna Jones. And that leaves Osborne and Gray on the racetrack fighting for the lead. They're pitting a lot earlier than I thought, though. They're pitting about 5 laps earlier than you would think. Well, are these two actually even going to be able to make it? Because if they're not, they're sacrificing a lot of time right now. Osborne's coming down. Gray and Rich, they're still on the racetrack. Shelley, Hoffman, John Arndt, John Nunn, Eli Bright, Cody Hagan, Goldberg, and Yepes. 10 laps to go. I would think they're all able to make it. They're not showing any signs of pitting. And it is about a decent amount of cars here. There's a lot of them, but there it is. There's Seth Cole and Gardner going by Sorlin, Qualls, and Hanley. But so if the leaders have to pit, here's your battle for the lead right now. The 42 and the 32 are right on each other's bumpers. There's Osborne coming out of pit road, so he does not have a chance. But they're still staying out. Sanford and Tony Green are damaged cars up here, and they are faster than these guys. This is ridiculous. But John Arndt's been waiting for a run like this, and he's in 5th place right now. You can tell by the tires where it's 31 second plus is when you're showing that you need to pit. Is Gray coming down? Nope, he was lifting because these guys are on fresh tires. So we're definitely looking at a fuel race on strategy, 2 stops versus 3 stops. Can these guys make it? Because they're going to be at 6 to go next time by. Seth Cole and Gardner are the top cars a lap down. You can see out of the group. 21st up has stayed out. So there are a lot of cars here. And oh, some people are pitting. What the hell happened to Sanford there? He was really slow. Oh, there are cars down. Sanford, Sands. Not Sanford. Qualls came down. Shelley just pit. James Shelley was running in the top 5. And Gardner has lost Seth Cole. Gray's going to stay out. Rich is still staying out. Hoffman. Nunn, Bright. Goldberg, they're all staying out. Yepes, Brock. Hagan, Curtis, that's your top 10 right now. Dylan Young and some others coming down, though. John Arndt pit. He couldn't make it. We're starting to see them fall. They're trying to make it work. They're going to be coming to 4 to go. Well, I thought Gray was going to pit that time. Seth Cole has Johnny Gardner caught back up to Seth Cole. They're into the top 20 now as they fly by Goldberg. Bright's in 5th, Nunn's in 4th. He really needs this run. Three to go at the start finish line. Andrew Rich isn't closing, but he's looking to get his best finish since his win. Top 10 is staying the same. Only 13 drivers now have been on this strategy. Coming to 2 to go. Oh, and Gray's got to come down the pit road. He can't make it. Andrew Rich is going to stay out. Alex Gray could not make it on fuel. Rich to the race lead. Hoffman the 2nd. Bright the 3rd. John Nunn's coming down pit road. William Brock came down. Cody Hagan came down. The rest behind come down pit road. 6 cars out of that 13 stayed out that time by. Rich is going to go for it. Coming to the white flag. Dodge is looking for their 3rd win on the season. And Rich, who went winless last season, is looking at a chance at a win. Seth Cole's coming up to try and get back on the lead lap. Look at how much faster he is than that 53 car. And there's Alex Gray. He's right there. He only took a splash. He's still trying to get a decent finish. Cole's going to get to go by. He might maybe get another chance at a position here. But off of turn 4, Andrew Rich with the fuel win. Side by side with Gardner. Gardner's going to get held a lap down in 9th. Cole's going to get by with a chance to get better than 8th. What a finish. Gray came down the pit at 2 to go. Wow, that is insane. What a caution-free race, man. I'm loving these speedway races this year. And Rich is out of gas right there. You couldn't have gone another lap. Hoffman gets 2nd. That's your defending champion finally getting the top 5. Goldberg, the truck champion, gets 3rd. Yepes 4th. Amato 5th. Seth Cole is going to get 6th. What a race. Results are not official, but it looks like Bright gets 7th, Parker gets 8th, Johnny Gardner's going to get 9th, and Gray will still come home with a top 10. And yep, results are now official. What a race, guys. I can't I can't believe it. That was amazing. I haven't had a fuel strategy race like that in years. The last race I think I had something like that was Watkins Glen, and one of the first seasons I ever did in offline. The leader pit coming to the checkered flag. It was on the boot. He pit coming to the checkered flag. And I was completely bewildered, but he beat second place to the line. Second place was coming off the last corner when he took the checkered flag on pit road. What a race, though. Rich wins his second race of the season. He's the first two-time winner. Seth Cole managed to get on the lead lap at the last moment to get sixth. And Gardner ended up getting ninth. But look at that. 5 drivers were able to go on that last pit stop to the finish. What a race. I'm kind of speechless now. That was awesome. So I will see you guys next week at Dodge Motordrome, which I know damn well will not top this. Just like Martinsville, it'll be a 125 lap event. Cautions will be on though, so it's probably gonna suck because of the pit road glitch. I could probably run it without, I don't know. But yeah, Andrew Rich is your first two-time winner, and wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. And Andrew, when you watch this, you'll know that was expletive awesome right there. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna go though. I got stuff to do, and I will see you guys next week at the Dodge Motordrome.